Pamela Roberts with 4-H News in Jefferson County, and I'm here talking to Pat Pearson, who is the Water and Natural Resources Quality Director in Jefferson County. Pat, can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
I'd love to. Thanks, Pam. Basically, the Jefferson County has had a natural resource program for many, many years. But in the last 4 or 5 years, I've started really focusing on looking at this county that has been rural for so many years and still has wonderful rural places in it predominantly. But we are poised for growth. If people don't know where we are, we're up on the very tip of the Olympic Peninsula, where Port Townsend is, and then down halfway into Hood Canal. But we've looked a lot at what's happening in Kitsap County and King County and Clallam County, and as more and more people are moving out to our peninsula, we know that there is going to be development, and we want to do it in a way that we can preserve the natural systems that are in nature for handling rainwater and the runoff, and having trees to actually provide that kind of holding of the soil and the roots, so you don't have erosion and you don't have big channelization of streams coming down. So what I'm most excited about is I think if we really do our job right and can get out to enough people in our community, that we will be able to grow in really healthy ways, that 20 years from now we'll be able to look back and say, we didn't pave it all over, we didn't turn this into huge parking lots, and we've got a really wonderful community that people like to live in.
Pat, I know that you've worked a lot on publications. Could you share with us some of the publications that you have produced through WSU Extension in Jefferson County?
Sure, I'd be glad to. We've got some of them laid out here. We're actually at a conference right now today with a whole lot of extension educators, and this is one of the things we do is we create our programs to go out and talk to the community and private landowners, but then we share it between all the other extension people, so if they want to take a good idea and run with it, that they have that opportunity. One of the main programs we've been doing is something called Shore Stewards. And we have adapted this. It was a pilot program a year and a half ago, and we've adapted it. It's for shoreline landowners who are right on the water's edge, whether that's streams or marine. And it basically has 10 guidelines in it of all the different things you can do to make sure you're maintaining your on-site septic system properly, things to do with your landscaping, things to be aware of if you own a garbage disposal, just really simple, nice ideas for how to live on the land and still keep the water quality clean and protect it. So they just apply for this, and once they apply, then we give them this big metal Shore Steward sign, and they can put it on their property, either their mailbox or down on the beach, wherever they want to do it. And this is part of a whole new social marketing outreach program now, where part of what you do is, I am a shore steward. I put this up. I put it up at my mailbox. I put it up at my beach. And then my neighbors ask me, what's the deal? What's this shore steward sign? And then gives me a chance to talk to them, gives me a chance to give them a book. And pretty soon you get this peer thing going where it's a good thing to live on the land kind of graciously and help keep the water clean. We've also started doing these newspaper inserts of Welcome to Your Watershed, and these are really set out to be distributed in the newspaper. In this case, we did it through the Leader, and there were probably 11,000 copies put out, and then we had extras printed at the library, at the planning commissions, or whatever. And this is really, this was designed to be fun to read and to give an actual overview of things like kind of Watershed 101, drought, water cycles, what to do on your property with landscaping, natural garden care. The very last page of the two that we have done of these, we kind of reserve for fish and habitat. And the feedback so far on this has been really, really good. It's been people sitting down saying, I opened up the paper and I read this thing front to back, which is hard to get with watershed education kind of thing. So we've tried to make it really fun, a lot of pictures, the kind of thing that doesn't stop you in your tracks because you don't have time right then to read 20 pages of text.
Pat, you're doing so many wonderful things with your work, and you're here at this WSU conference in Puyallup. Are there some things that you've heard here today that point to trends for the future?
Yes, actually, it's in a lot of different areas. That's one of the reasons a conference like this is so good, is that I focus mostly on water and natural resources. We have a whole nother segment of extension that is really focused on agriculture, small farms. We have another part that's all forestry stewardship. So all of those people are sharing the trends that they are seeing develop right now. Things in the forestry, we're seeing a lot more urban people going out and being small forest landowners, and what that means, and how much more excited they are to be managing their forests, not for profit, but for healthy forests. So that is a difference that's happening in the small forest arena. With ag, there's a lot more work going on now to how to actually have riparian buffers along stream sides when you've got farms, how to keep the fertilizers that you need for a healthy crop from entering the water stream and impacting water quality. There's a lot of people moving out and owning small farms now as well, a lot more organics production than we've ever seen before. In the water arena, they are just sharing the draft of the Shared Salmon Strategy Recovery Program, and the Puget Sound Initiative is just being promoted. That's coming out through the action team, all of which are looking at whole-scale, whole-system ways that we can actually support healthy habitat and healthy fish runs again.
Pat, thank you so much for being interviewed by 4-H News, and this is Pamela Roberts with 4-H News in Jefferson County. Thank you.